Welcome back to the Build-It Basement. Today we are working on our Voron 0.1 one more time. Well, not one more time, but another time. Probably a ton more videos come on this because I don't do anything quick. But if you want to join me with this build, do follow along. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you like the type of content. And let's get on. All right. So where we left off, we have our Voron. We have frame. We have our AB drive all set here, and we are now working on the Z-axis. So this is a lead screw type printer. I mean, it's pretty small, so that single lead screw shouldn't be much of an issue on this particular printer. I mean, hell, the Ender 5 and maybe the CR10, maybe? I don't know for sure. There's a single lead screw too, so definitely no issues here with this little wonder. All right, so what do we got? We got a nut holder, a spring, some printed parts, some other good stuff. Let's take a look at those parts real quick. All right, so yeah, so parts came with our LDO kit. There's our spring, and I guess lead screw nut. Take a look at what's in here specifically. We have that little dingy dongy there, spring like that, and a piece that fits in. Now, by looking at this piece, it looks like it does have a keyed entry into the other piece like this. So it does slot in there like that and fit upright. So probably a lock or locking down at the very bottom when it bottoms out like that. So that's going to go basically like that. Let's see here. So that's like that. Let's set this guy aside for a second. And we have this. No. What are we looking for here? We're looking for this. Yep, this guy right here. Let's see. So 3-hole nut. If your lead screw nut does not have M3 threads, use longer screws and M3 nuts to secure it. So by looking at our LDO kit, and specifically on this, these are threaded. You can kind of catch those threads there. Let's take a look real quick, make sure. Ah, come on. There you go. Yep, threaded. So we do not need to use a shorter screw. All right, so this is going to go through like that. And this is going to get mounted up through. Take that back. This is going to get mounted spring through like so. In actuality, M3 by 12s. Make sure it's what I got here. Try to pull parts in advance. Sometimes I forget what I got. Yep, that's by 12. So put this on like that. I don't know if there's a top and, well, I assume the top and bottom is the keyed section. So basically keyed section facing upwards. No sign of any washers or spacers in this. So it's going straight screw here. For better or worse, right? I got myself a new set of Allen keys. Nice fancy blue ones. Let's see, finger tighten those. Let's see here. so this looks like it kind of can move around a little bit, and there's no word on here on kind of solidifying that, so I'm just gonna tighten them to the sticky. How about that? Kind of sticky. All right, so that is that, and back to screen. So we've got that, and are we mounting it? We are mounting it with some more M3x12s to the back side of Mr. Printer. Okay. So, see if we can get a better camera angle there. There we go. All right, so let's see here. This is getting mounted with these holes, with that facing backwards, and they're mounting to the base of the platform. Them 3x12s. Yes, yes. All right. Just gonna put that like that. See if I can align these a little bit. We'll tighten up one of these first. Just enough to get it started. Now let's slide over till we get to the other one. Okay. So we have that like that. Get that wire out of the way for you. There. And let's see here. They're also showing an M3x12 in that hole right there. Not 100% why, but I bet we'll find out. Probably a stop. Nope, not yet at least. Maybe at some point that will be a stop adjustment. Put a couple threads in like that, and let's see where that takes us. Lead screw, apply lubrication, apply a thin layer of grease to the lead screw to prevent rust and ensure a smooth operation. Smooth operation. All right. All right, all right. So, Mr. Lead Screw, thin layer of grease. Let's go. What are we gonna go with? Let's go with some Super Lube multi-purpose synthetic PTFE grease. And just gonna try to get a little bit over the whole thing and work that in. If you get too much on there, it'll just wind up working its way through the threads, so not a huge deal. Might make a little bit of a mess, but shouldn't be that bad. Yep, there we go. And let's see, lubrication and pieces, parts, 3 M3x6s is what we're going to need next. So let's get those. All right. So this is oddly at a 45-degree angle, and they're not exactly showing the best way to do this. So let's skip ahead a little bit here, see what the deal is with that. So lead screw is going to be mounted in there at a 45-degree angle from the bottom up. So direction of the wiring should be interesting. Should be, let's see. So these two holes, this is gonna be like this. These two holes are what's gonna mount to the frame. Is that right? So how is that going to work? Okay, yeah, mount down on the frame. Okay. And then, so I want this like this. All right. So I'm going to mount this, my connector here, facing one of my rounded corner edges here, and then M3x8s into these three holes. They don't mention it, but we're going to put a little thread locker on these. Let's get that on. And number 3. I'm really not a big fan of these LDO screws. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. All right, so at this point, let's go back up to here. That's what we have. We have that done. And now we're preloading more nuts because that's what we like to do. All right, we're gonna get more nuts. Hopefully I got enough. All right, so we are preloading a ton more nuts. So with this upside down, bed facing towards that way, they're showing 3 M3 nuts in here. One, two, and number 3. Okay, 3 in here, so that's 3 in the side corner here. Yep, and then 3 opposite of that over here. 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, and then opposite of that, flip around, they want 3 M3 nuts in here. actually go with this screen right here. So far we put 3 M3s here, 3 M3s in here, 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 those two. And then we're going to do the same thing on this other side with 3 here, 3 here. Okay. And then also 3 here and 3 here. So, bunch of nuts. All right, so let's get that going. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay, so 1, 2, 3. So 3 and 3. And now last and possibly least, who knows, right? 3 in each of these fronts. So 1, 2, 2.5. Oh, lost that one. 1, 2. And 3. And you have to make a couple, 1, 2, and 3. Grab some nuts. Probably the hardest part about these nuts is putting them into these holders, because they fit pretty snug, so you gotta get them in there straight. Alright, so it's number 1. Jam this one in. There we go. Number 2. And last but not least, oh, the fun. 3. There we go. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Doctor, 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 doctor. All right, so let's see if there's a double check page on this or not. Nope, I don't see one. All right, so we're gonna recheck what we have here. We're gonna start what we just did. We put 3 here. Let's see here. We did 3 here, 3 here. Okay, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and then opposite of all that, 3 here and 3 here. 3s. All right. So next to do is we need some M3x40s and some feet. So M3x40s. We need 4 of those. So 4 M3 by 40s. And put this like that. I always try to put my my build similar to the way they have it in the drawing. Just makes it easier for me. Kind of line up what's going on. Get my feet. All right. So we've got something like that. Something like that. And then those are kind of odd. Wait a second. I don't have. It's just weird how that drawing is. All right, so. All right, those 2 there. And then this one here. And then. I don't have one that looks like this. What is that? Oh, that's this. That is this. That is this weird looking dude. Alright, so like that. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And now we need the rubber feet. Alright, rubber feet. Or, yeah, kind of like rubber feet. Alright, so we're going to thread these through. And thread them through like that. And when they're centered, those are going to attach. It's going just fine. This is some place where I can use the Dremel. Alright, we'll do that. Do this one. Short and forward. What's that set to? That sets pretty good. Alright. Right. And this guy over here. So a lot of people have been asking random questions about videos or in the comments of my videos. And honestly, I try to answer all of those questions, but if you want more detailed answers to questions, you're better off sending me an email. My email address is listed on the channel page, or you can email me at kerm, K-E-R-M, at builditbasement.com. I can attach files, I can send more complete messages. It just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense sometimes to write a paragraph or 2 inside of a YouTube message. So keep that in mind, if you will. Alright, so those are all attached, and now we got our lead screw piece that is going to wind up going through like this. Something like that. All right. Well, let's go up here. All right. So they don't show. All right. 2 M3 by 8s holding that in place. So M3. M3 by 8s. So we're going to line this up with some of our preloaded nuts. And I'm sure at some point we're going to align this. You don't want your lead screw to be off at an angle. All your prints will suffer. Is there another? Let me try to pull this one over before I get too far. Alright, so let's get that threaded in there, a couple threads. Put this guy in. Couple threads on that one too. Let's see here. Move 2 of the preload nuts into the left of this, and then everyone center. Use 2.5 ball end driver to fasten the screws. Of where are they talking? So oh, I get it. All right. So they're talking about in here, down here, so you have a secondary mounting point for this mount here. So I'm going to see if we can slide these over. Let's slide this one over. And then we need a couple more M3x8s. It's going to be hard to get in there. All right, let's try this. Okay. See if I can get a better camera angle there for that. This is better. Maybe slightly, ever so slightly. Go. And then let's get these tightened up. But again, they don't have me centering this yet. Let's see here. Nope. It's kind of odd. You would think that they would have a section here on making sure that this is dead nut center. But doesn't seem like it's too big of a deal. Let me loosen this up a little bit, because I know this is not currently center. So what I want to do is make sure, even though it doesn't say it in the manual, I want to see if I can make this relatively close to center, where I have equal distance on either side. And I'm just using my M3 key as a kind of a feeler gauge. Yeah, it's pretty damn close right there. So I'm going to tighten these down a little bit. Okay. A little bit of slop on there because they're not exactly tight yet, but there we go. All right, and let's see here, the ball end fastener. So we have that. We have, let's see here, we have lead screw, grease, that's on, fitting there, everything else. And well, there you have it. So there we go. We got our Z-axis done on the printer today, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and I'll see you next time.